Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is one of this week's latest releases. This is Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet from Marvel Comics, collecting the series 1 through 5, and it also has Star Wars Beckett as well, so it does have an extra in there. So the main series is by Robbie Thompson, the writer, penciler is Leonard Kirk, inks by Kirk, Daniele Orlandini, and then Cory Hamscher, colors Arif Prianto, lettering by Joe Caramagna. Beckett is by Gerry, Duggan, and art by Edgar Salazar. Marc is also part of the artist. There's like multiple parts to it. Sliney is as well as an artist. Colors by Jordan Boyd, letterer Travis Lanham. Yeah. So, all right. So Marvel Star Wars comics have been awesome. They've generally been really fantastic. A lot of fun. Dug them a ton. But whether or not it's the main series, Darth Vader, like all this stuff, it's really, really good. And this is pretty solid as well. I mean, you know, we can argue about the Solo of the film. I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was much better than what most people think it is. And just taken on its own, it's a nice heist film set in a sci-fi world. This issue, or this series, takes us behind the scenes as far as that, giving a little bit more info about Han Solo's time in the Imperial Academy, and a little bit more insight about Han Solo, the character, as well. What's interesting is the comic kind of interspersed some of the stuff that we see in the movie itself, and then kind of expands from there, giving us some interesting motivations, and overall just his actions are pretty interesting. The Solo film plus this have definitely, I don't want to say flesh out the character a bit more, but has definitely added some depth to him, for good and bad. I mean, you might just like the smuggler and rapscallion that he was in the original trilogy, but, you know, to kind of expand a character is not necessarily a bad thing. He's definitely a little bit different. We find out a bit more of his motivation in that he really is kind of a good person underneath. I think that's something that we all generally knew, which is why we kind of like him. So in that way, the comic works really, really well. The story itself is entertaining. I think there's a nice mix of humor to it. This isn't really one that is about the action and things of that nature. It's really more about Han Solo, the person, and his time in the Imperial Academy, and just kind of giving us some more info about him and who, you know, what he's like, and that time period as a whole. So, in that way, it works really, really well. Overall, I wouldn't say that there's much like action or drive towards the series, other than him trying to complete his mission and get back to the woman that he really cares about. So the art's decent. You know, it's funny, as like I feel like Solo the actors are to the original as this is to Solo the actors. The design, Star Wars design, everything's very recognizable. Solo himself is recognizable, but, you know, doesn't quite look like either actors who've played him. So in that way, it's not bad. The art, like, it's not great, it's not bad, it's perfectly serviceable. And there's some cool designs in there, and some solid scenes, but overall, okay. The Beckett comic itself also gives us a lot of info more on that character that appeared in Solo. That one's a decent story. It's basically a heist story. I don't really, I mean, it's fine. If it was like as a one-shot comic, it's totally okay. There's nothing super, like, you have to read about it, but just as kind of a throwaway, entertaining thing, it's not bad. Nothing bad, nothing great about it. The art itself is also decent. The characters are recognizable for those who saw Solo. And there's some good humor in it as far as various scenes, but overall, like, you know, it's just okay. There's nothing like, again, it's kind of like the main Solo series or the Imperial Cadet, is that there's nothing that just really feels like there's a driver to it. There's no threat. There's no, like, there's kind of feels like it's missing kind of a motivation, if that makes sense. It's just a story that exists, and even the heist itself is just okay. So there's a little bit of depth put into both of them. We get a little bit richer of a story of what we've seen in Solo, but nothing is earth-shattering. So really, if this is one for, I think, the die-hard Star Wars fans. As far as extras, there's some decent stuff. There's a lot of covers. Let me show off some of those covers. the variants that are out there, and I want to say there was character designs, but I might be mixing that with, yeah, I think I'm mixing that up with something else. Yeah, so there's covers. So overall, like, it's not a bad read. I think this is more towards the Star Wars diehard fans, if you really want to learn more about all these characters. And that's what really it is. It just feels like you're learning a bit more about their motivations and stuff like that. This isn't for diehard, for like, casual fans at all. I think there's way better other Star Wars stuff out there. The main series is amazing. Dr. Aphra is another one that's fantastic. This one, yeah, it's good, but it's nothing like amazing like the other stuff. So yeah, this is out in comic shops now. You can go get it, and there's a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell if a shop's near you. No shop, no problem. We got some affiliate links. They are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site, though, so thank you so much. But go support your comic shops. And speaking of support, I want to thank Marvel for hooking us up with this review copy. We like to be transparent about that sort of thing. And thank you for watching. Now, if you're into comics, if you're into Star Wars, into Marvel, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, may the Force be with you, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.